Do you ever wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? It might not be your stress or your late night scrolling. It could actually be your mattress, your pillows, and even your sheets. Yep. Your sleep gear matters more than you think it does. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about your mattress. That's sort of the foundation of sleep, if you will. It matters because poor support can lead to back pain, tossing, overheating, many of the common issues that people describe when they have insomnia, for example. So how do you choose the perfect mattress? Well, there's a couple things you need to think about. Number one would be your sleep position. If you're a side sleeper, then you probably want softer materials because it relieves the pressure relief that you would find on your shoulder and your thighs and your hips as well. Because if you lay down on something hard, that's going to hurt you on those points. You don't have much padding there. If you're a back sleeper, then a medium firmness is good to align your spine. So that helps to alleviate back pain. Stomach sleepers, well, maybe you want something even firmer because it prevents you from sinking into the bed because all of your weight is going down that way. Let's talk about the body type in addition to that. So your body type, if you have a heavier body, then you often need a firmer type of support, whereas lighter bodies benefit from softer cushioning. So what type of materials would you consider? Well, memory foam, that gives you pressure relief. It hugs your body, but it can be a little bit hot unless you buy some that are designed not to get hot. There's inner spring mattresses. Those are the ones that have springs inside as opposed to just foam. Those are bouncy and they have good airflow. And then you have sort of a hybrid where you have the best of both worlds. You get the bouncy and the airflow from the springs, but you also get a layer of that memory foam that makes it softer and more comfortable. So this is why you need to go to the mattress store and test the different mattresses if you can. Buying something online can be a little bit harder to do, so make sure that they give you trial policies so you don't get stuck with something that's not going to work for you. Now, how about pillows? Well, think about it. When you lie down, if you're lying down on your side or you're lying down on your back or even on your belly, you've got your neck here. So you have points above and below your neck that are going to be hitting the mattress, and then your neck is kind of just hanging out there. So that can lead to all sorts of blockages in your airway. It can lead to pain in the morning because you haven't had the proper support. So let's deal with that. If you have the wrong type of pillow, you can expect neck pain, headaches, and poor posture. So how do you choose the right pillow for you? Again, let's talk about sleep position. If you're a side sleeper, then you want a thicker, more firm pillow because it's going to help keep your spine straight and aligned. If you're a back sleeper, you want a medium loft to avoid chin to chest because you got too high of the pillow in the back. Stomach sleepers, well, you want a soft, thin pillow or maybe even none because you want to prevent strain and blocking your airway even. What about pillow materials? Well, we've got, again, memory foam can be really popular for pillows because they give you contouring support. There's the down feather type of pillow, which are very, very soft and very moldable to you, but they're not going to give you a whole lot of support. You've got latex. Those are firmer and cooler than memory foam, and they work relatively similar to memory foam. And then there's sort of down alternatives, which again act like down, but they're a little bit cheaper, a little bit easier to maintain, a little bit easier to deal with. So think about that, but also think about the age of the pillow that you're using right now. If you've got that pillow and you've been using it for more than 1 to 2 years, it's probably time to look into a new one. Okay. We talked about mattresses, we talked about pillows. What about your bedding? What about the sheets? You need comfort and you need to worry about temperature issues because those are going to lead to better sleep. So the materials that your sheets are made of actually make a difference when it comes to that. If you have sheets that are made out of cotton, they're going to be breathable. This is more the classic sheet, but they do wrinkle. There's linen. Those are cool, Those are great for hot sleepers. Again, though, yeah, some wrinkling. Bamboo, that's a newer material, which, when made correctly, is soft and whisks away moisture, so it keeps you cool and dry. That's a great choice. And then let's talk about thread count, because there's a real myth behind that stuff. We hear that a higher thread count means it's a more luxurious type of material. Not so true. Why isn't that always true? Well, because thread count, if you have a high thread count of a blended material, you can be locking in your heat so that when you go to bed, you have nowhere for that heat to go. It can't get through the material because there's so many threads that it's kind of locked in. So really what you want to do is you want to look for, again, your choice, bamboo, linen, cotton, something like that, with a thread count of around 300 to 500. That's going to be a nice quality weave, but it's not going to get too hot or too trouble. So if you sleep hot, then you want a lighter thread count and a breathable fabric. But if you're always cold, okay, higher thread count is fine. Maybe even look at flannel or jersey knit. Those can keep you warm much more than some of the other materials. So you got to know what you're looking for and what your particular needs are. So sleep isn't just about how long you're in bed. It's about the gear that you're sleeping on. The right mattress supports your spine, the right pillow keeps your neck happy, and the right sheets keep your body at the perfect temperature and dry. So upgrade your sleep setup and you'll finally stop tossing and turning. So what's the one piece of sleep gear you know that you need to upgrade first? Well, you know what you've got. If your mattress is more than 10 years old, if your pillow is more than 1 to 2 years old, and your sheets, you know whether they're worn or not. Tell us in the comments below, what did you do to change about your bedding? What was the number one thing that you had to do, and did it make an impact for you? We really want to know. Thank you.